Welcome back into FO and Swellz Conquer the Universe. Hey, we missed y'all. We got some more stuff for you. You know, we just be shooting from the cuff, you know what I mean? It's me, your boy, FO.
And your boy Swellz in the building.
In the building. Big Swellz, not the little one. Anyways, so we left off with some other stuff that we was talking about. We just gonna be shooting off the cuff, like I said, man. What I was talking to Swellz with before this was they came out with that Billboard Top 75 R&B Artists. Swellz hasn't seen it. Swellz has not seen it, but I have. And we gonna look at some of these. We ain't gonna go through all top 75 or whatever. I might look through some of the 75 to see if somebody is way out in number 60 or something like that. Who shouldn't be. Right. All right. But yeah, we gonna see what this look like. I'm actually looking this up right now because I ain't want to have it. So this Billboards, and I did a thing before on my last little thing, man, where I was talking about they did that top 100 hip hop artists. They messed that one all up.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was because I don't pay attention to when it comes to like a whole when they have. You know what? I value the opinion of the people around me more than I value the opinion of when they have a list that comes out that people I have no idea who they are, right? That vote for it, and I'm like, I mean, you know.
And the qualifications that these people have are not. But right now, I didn't hit the 30 through 16 tab, and right now they messing up. To me personally, they messing up.
Okay.
Because I know he's more of he's like this generation's Michael Jackson. Who would you say that is?
Chris Brown.
There you go. They got him at number 26. I think that's low. I think that's low.
And you're saying R&B.
R&B. Now, see, and I'm going to tell you because I've looked at some of this other stuff. But some of these, they're more old, and I think it's a couple of them that some people will be like, they deserve to be in like the top 10, top 15, but to me, I think they more pop.
And yeah, and see, that's why I'm over here really just because I'm not the biggest R&B guy. I know about them because you hear about them.
Right. You
hear about certain people, but overall as a whole, like my playlist, nah, man, I have, it's 94.9% rap.
Right.
It ain't even the new one. It's the older one. So
how about we
tell me who, because I mean I know there are certain people that are R&B that I you know I like to listen to, but you know, and then there are people that are like, well, you don't know so and so because they're into R&B.
Right.
You know, they're really in. So I
feel like you would know. You're going to recognize
who
all
they are.
these names, especially in the top 15.
Okay.
You recognize them, but to me, I think because I know R&B. R&B, I think is one of them things that it's real broad, and there's things and there's the sub parts. And R&B to me, R&B, because I was raised on 90s R&B.
Right.
R&B is what you make children to.
Yes.
That's what you make children
Somebody
to.
knocking.
Right, not just a ballad, not just I love you.
No,
about, and I know it's rhythm and blues. I know R&B stand for rhythm and blues, but to me, it's like, okay, yeah, I love you, but can we go back here?
Yes.
I turn off the lights.
Rhythm and baby making.
Exactly. That's what I think of it. So some of it didn't really make sense to me, but some did. But the placements of some of them I didn't like. Okay, so we go with. You want to do 20 or 15?
15.
We do 15. Yeah. 15, because we ain't got to spend too much time on it. Okay, we got Isaac Hayes.
Okay.
Isaac Hayes, got it. Yes. Isaac Hayes.
Top 15, Isaac Hayes is number 15. I don't have a problem with that.
That's fine. Right. Isaac Hayes. Curtis Mayfield, 14.
Okay.
Makes sense because that's they in that 70s era. That 70s era.
There was a lot of babies being born in that era.
Right.
Both of them.
Right. I wasn't being made at that point.
Not that I was still swimming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just waiting my time.
The music was
this ain't what I'm jamming to
just
just
yet.
yet.
The music was a little muffled at that point, right? So, you know, cool. We got Sam Cooke. I heard that Sam Cooke was a motherfucker.
Man, yeah.
But, Sam Cooke,
Okay.
don't have a problem with Sam Cooke.
Not a problem.
At 13. But it gets harder the less numbers you got in front of you because I
Right.
don't got a problem. So who's getting left out? All right, now we got one that we, both can. We're a couple years apart, but still we could both feel this one. Usher.
Oh, yeah,
Number 12.
definitely.
Usher, number 12.
I'm not even mad at that at all because USHER.
Right.
Oh, man.
Now, see, with Usher, like I said, yeah, you can make baby. He got some songs.
And if you didn't, it's because your boys were still on the beach. It wasn't because of the music. I promise you.
Right.
The music got her there.
Exactly.
The music, they was melting literally.
Off.
Yeah.
Off. Yes.
You didn't need as much. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. You need a lot of help.
All right. So now this one, don't have a problem with, but it's because of my definition of what I feel like R&B is.
Okay.
We got Ray Charles at 11. Now,
I don't know I'm not as familiar with his music. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if people have him at what number again now? 11?
11.
I would have to hear more of his love ballads because to me, that's like you said, that has a lot to do with rhythm. Even though if you want to, I don't know if he was talking about, I don't know, trying to see again. I don't know, whatever he was saying. I don't know. That made people feel like, oh, that's a great song, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, But, I would like to, because he's not known. To me, there's one song that he sang that is definite that I know.
What's that?
That's the Georgia.
Georgia, yeah. And see with him, his voice, he's so southern and stuff like that.
I don't know. He's to me, because to me you should have different schools then too. When you say,
I got something on that once we get down this list. Too.
All right,
I got something on that because to me, I know what he's saying. I hear his lyrics and everything like that. I even watched Ray with Jamie Foxx.
Right. Me too.
Which made me go look more at Ray Charles.
Yes.
But he sounds so southern, and when I think of southern and the way that he sings, the way he bellows and stuff like that, it makes me think like church. I feel churchy. Like it feels like.
Disagree.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a deacon type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Especially Georgia. That's it's like. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that is
me trying to put that
Baptist,
right. Me trying to put that with, and I know they was getting out of church hot because they have no AC,
man, bro,
and out there, and then it was 12 kids running behind them, and then dad getting off. You know what I'm saying? And he going to get up in that hot thing, making number 13. So. I don't know if he did. I hope he wasn't doing it because of Georgia being on his mind. Her name probably was Georgia. Who knows? But
you said in that hot thing.
It was hot. Woo! You watch them movies, man. You watch Sinners?
Not yet. You told me about it.
Okay.
You told me about it.
I'll say no more. But still, you've seen old down south movies or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just movies where you see the medieval times. And them girls, like, they be fine. Be fine women. You be like, man, if I back then block, but then you think about it. Hold on a second.
Easy, Tonto. Put
Hold
your
on a second.
little hatchet down. You're going to mess around and get it hot and too hot to trot.
They
wasn't as hygienic. They weren't as hygienic as
all their noses were programmed for that.
Man.
My nose ain't programmed for that. You know what I'm saying?
Just hot monkey everywhere. Just
right. And when
swinging from the branch. Ugh.
Right. Because they thought
you gotta think Biff just came down. You know what I'm saying? Biff just came down the steps and you like, this. Who did you have, Biff? I don't want to have. I had Gloria. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't want Gloria. You know what I'm saying? Give me. Who was that? Is that Denise? Okay. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
Because if after you see big 380-pound Biff come down and he's still buckling his shit stuff, you know what I'm saying? He's spitting his goddamn tobacco, and then you see fucking Gloria come out on the balcony, and she just looked like she'd have been through hell and high water, and she like,
it wasn't no water involved.
Oh no, matter of fact, it was just hell.
Just hell.
And she looking at the head mistress like, bitch, I need 30 minutes. If you don't give me 30 minutes to wash this goddamn rhinoceros ass off of me. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't even washing. You got to throw it's wash.
Wash.
You got to wash that
you got to
thing.
dip me in,
You got to do more than
wash. You got to
wash.
dip me in flea and tick water. You hear me? And they weren't, because they were like the movies portray them, because some of them, they was some
They
dimes.
got the whitest teeth.
Yeah, they was some of them was dimes back in the day, but then, you know what I'm saying, you got to think. Hygiene?
Because they thought, man, I'm fresh to death. They about to go out to the club. And then you see them little juke joint stuff, and they be just sweat going everywhere. And they feel fresh because they took a shower 2 weeks ago.
Not just that, and they not just standing. Like a lot of times we go to the club, we chilling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We chilling. We you know what
Right.
I'm saying? We wall posted up. We may go out there and bounce our shoulders, but most of the time we really wasn't. I did it when I was younger. As I grew older, I realized, okay, I'm not coming to the club to jump around. I'm trying to
This made a Billy Blanks video.
No, nigga, I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting thirsty. I'm spending more money on drink. Nigga, I'm trying to just go ahead.
Right.
Scope the scene. Now she can dance all the fuck that she wants.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm posted up looking, and so.
Yeah, and then they just went and got up in that thing. That music, to me, actually, I might have to give him more credit. Because he didn't convince you to get up in there.
You know what? 11 seems appropriate.
11? My bad.
Appropriate. You know what, Ray?
Big Ray.
I'm finna go back, and I'm finna have to go listen to this old Western smashing music that you had playing for them. Go ahead.
All right, so now we about to break into the top 10.
Top 10, here we go.
Mr. Let's Get It On himself. Marvin Gaye. I got a couple fun facts about this guy. Which R&B, definitely. He has a song called Let's Get It On.
Let's Get It On.
You can't misconstrue that.
Let's Get It On.
Anything else but
if you
sex.
don't know what
DMX had a thing when he said, let's get it on. But I think he was talking about fighting. But that was DMX saying it.
But you also gotta hear the tone of his voice.
Right.
You gotta understand, DMX yelled it at you? Your boy Marvin, he sang it to you.
Exactly.
Hey, let's get it on. I mean, he sang, baby. He sang it where you was like, oh, well, yeah.
Right. So a couple things about Marvin Gaye.
Couple things.
I know some fun facts, and let me tell you why I know these fun facts. Okay. Okay. So Marvin Gaye. First of all, his last name is spelled G-A-Y-E. That's what he's billed as.
Okay.
But it's actually G-A-Y. That's his actual name is Marvin Gaye, G-A-Y. He's a junior.
Okay.
And you do know that he was killed by his father.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, that was because of a dispute that his mom and dad had got into it. And I guess
they said like his dad was real religious.
And his dad, always...
Was he a preacher?
I think
he was something. He was something where they was arguing about, because Marvin's songs were real. I mean, they were
sexual.
Real sexual.
Right, and he also used to imply a little bit that Marvin
was and then
gay.
his dad was like, you're not just representing yourself when you go out there. I'm a man of God. You go out there, and I could just imagine what the argument was, man.
Right.
It was sad what happened.
So Marvin Gaye was actually born on April 2nd. Now, this is a fun fact about me. I don't know too much personal business, but my birthday is April 2nd. We got the same birthday. I was born in 84.
I would just call it a fact. I don't know about it being
the fact. You got 366.
But I'm saying I don't know about fun. It was just a fact.
Very fun for me. Listen. So this is what makes it even more fun.
Okay.
This is what makes it fun. This brings all of it together.
Okay.
Marvin Gaye was killed the day before his birthday. On April 1st.
Fools.
Right?
So when
next day.
When they said it was everybody like, please, he ain't die on April Fool. April Fools.
Right. Probably a whole
Somebody said that. Somebody was like, man, they lying. April Fool. He ain't.
Exactly.
What happened?
But then here's what makes it fun. I was born the exact next day, not the day, like the literal next day.
Not the day he got murked.
But April 1st, and I was born the next day on April 2nd.
Okay.
1984.
Hey, the world was a happier place. Because that's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it fun.
A fun fact. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Excuse me,
everybody. So, Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
10
is number 10.
It's 10.
And you know what? No problem with Marvin Gaye.
And being 10 is...
Man, we talking about of all time. If you in the top 10, bruh, if I was an R&B singer and I was in the top 10 of all How could you be upset?
Because this next one is what I have a
Upset you?
problem with.
All right, man. Here we go.
All right.
Y'all, and who gave this list? So we can talk shit to them.
Billboard. I'll go back. They got
The
people.
fucking billboards, like there's no name.
They got some people.
The Billboard executives. It's not the executives.
It's a group of people.
Okay,
and
we have to give them something. The editors.
The
You
editors.
fucking schmucks.
Right.
Okay, I'm not saying it yet, but I have a feeling.
This one is gonna do it.
Okay.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Robert Kelly. Kells. Now, I have a problem with this for this
He's like a lot higher.
Okay, exactly. And this is the thing right here. I feel like this list put him at 9 and they penalized him.
That's why I said I was gonna have a problem with it.
Okay, so this is why I have the problem with it. If you don't put R. Kelly on this list, I understand. No. I understand if you don't put. But listen, I understand if you don't put him on this list because.
Do you?
Listen, why? Because of the things or whatever. You say
Right.
I don't want to associate him with this period because I don't agree with any of that and blah blah. But if you put R. Kelly on the list, if you allow him on the list, he can't be number 9. He can't be either. If he's not on your list, we know that if R. Kelly's not on your list. If he's 1 through 75, R. Kelly's not on your list, we know you omitted him for a particular reason. So I could be like, okay, they omitted him because of all that went down. Got it. You're not saying that R. Kelly is not one of the top, because they're not saying that R. Kelly is not one of the top 75. They're just like, I don't want to associate myself with him. That's. But if you are going to put R. Kelly in there.
And put him at number 9.
You can't put him at number 9. I personally put R. Kelly at number 1. He would be my number 1 artist.
R&B?
R&B, because like I said, kids being made.
And you know what? When you say this list, is it the men R&B?
No. The females is coming up.
Okay.
Actually, female is next.
Great question.
Yeah. But I think R. Kelly, I think he got penalized, and you can't, those two things don't go together. Because I heard somebody make a very good point. I'm like, do you still listen to R. Kelly movie? There's like, yeah, because the artists, plenty of artists, and I'm not advocating for either one. You separate the artist from, the person from their art.
That's
and
why
their music. Right.
that's why I always be a Yeezy music fan.
Right, Yeezy, all day.
Music wise, that's it.
Now, if I feel like your music has some type of undertone that I just like, oh, that's what it was, and there was some crazy stuff, that maybe. Like if you were literally actually talking about,
you
like,
really have to find, like
that's
if you're trying to find it,
right?
Yeah, okay.
But other than that, yes, the music sounds great. The music, and then like R. Kelly, he might have been talking about, probably talking about Aaliyah, but R. Kelly was getting a lot in that time. So he's talking about Dolph Oakley
I tell you what. When I do listen to Kells, I don't envision none of the shit that he may have. I don't envision none of the shit that nobody is singing. Like when I'm looking at what I got going on, and I'm envisioning this, and I know for a fact that everybody, you know what I'm saying, has been grown. So I don't never think of like the negative, you know what I'm saying? Because and this was even after Kells. Because I mean, bro, if you're gonna sit there and say Kells music wasn't dope, you a lie.
Nah. If you like R&B,
that means you literally just saying you just don't like. There are certain things that, regardless of their personal actions, you can't take away from some of the stuff they've done or accomplished. You just can't. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, if on this list, if they took him off the list completely,
I would still have.
Obviously.
I mean, it's overall, yeah, because then you would know they hating on Billboard. Fuck is you thinking?
But you can't. But if you put him on the list, you put him on the list
and put him at 9. Y'all were probably made by some of his hit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just
here's looking at you.
Yeah. Some of y'all was
instead
of hitting the sheets or maybe the side of her cheek, y'all was made. So you know what I'm saying? So y'all better be, man, 9? I can't agree with you, bro. I can't agree with them.
Because your mom probably saw something wrong with a little bumper grind. He convinced her otherwise.
Man, bro, not even that. They might have smashed the songs that was not even as popular. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because I know like some of the songs that I love that they wasn't top. I mean, that just comes with music, period. Like I love, you get your hit,
you get off and then
I go and get all the songs that I'm like, yo, man, I'm glad, because there's songs that I loved when I first heard the album, and when they made it on the radio, I was like, oh, now I gotta hear the song. When
right, and it ruins it for you.
Yeah. Now,
but then you gotta wait for years later.
yeah, and then
they come
I go back.
like, boom.
Yeah, I love it now. I'm gonna get, so y'all editors 9. That's pure hate right there. That's just hate.
They got must-listen songs on here, and they picked one. I mean, it's probably his most commercially successful song, but
Is it must-listen? That means we
must,
probably already heard it.
No, but that's what they saying. Like, they saying that this is a song of note. They say it's must-listen song. What do you think it is? What do you think his most commercially successful song is?
R. Kelly, most commercial.
I Believe I Can Fly.
Why not?
That definitely ain't nowhere.
You know what?
That ain't nowhere
But you know
near.
what?
If R. Kelly was an I Believe I Can Fly type artist,
you know what?
he wouldn't be on this list.
When I used to work at this shop, and we used to hear songs, and then we would put our own words. And when I Believe I Can Fly came out, bruh, it's just a little funny side story. Yeah, just when I was working at Wendy's, I remember it came out, and I remember just sitting there singing, I believe on getting high. I'm gonna smoke a fat blunt today, puff my reefer and away. You know, it's just silly shit.
Man,
you know,
got goosebumps, man.
We used to just do silly shit all the time when it came to me, like your boy Trick Daddy with the baby, 'cause I'm a thug.
Right.
We used to just be like, baby, I need some drugs all day, every day. Baby, you need some dubs on that car right away. I mean, just silly shit. We would add our
man
own.
a deal.
You know, you stupid. But yeah, man, we just do silly shit. So Kels is 9.
9.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay.
Entering in our first female in the top 15.
Top 10 now. Top 10.
But I'm talking about
Okay,
in the top.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mariah Carey. I can do that. Mariah Carey has one of the
She has a nice
outside
voice.
of Minnie Riperton. She has like one of the highest pitched voices I ever heard.
Yeah, pitch. Is that what it is? A pitch? Oh,
Pitch, yeah,
break glass type pitch.
absolutely.
Yes.
And I thought she was so fine, and I hated Nick
I
Cannon when he got her.
I did. I thought that was just a horrible decision on Hollywood or whoever controls that, because if you really like
Right.
Nick Cannon, who was like 7 and you're like 38, that just didn't make sense.
But
to me.
I think they was trying
like,
to. I think that if they did do that, if that is like a industry type thing,
That wasn't, to me, that
they
was
trying
not.
to. They was trying to. I got a chance with Mariah. Nick Cannon, I think, is like a year or two older than me.
I don't know. It
That
just
that,
didn't-
that helped me out a little bit.
I know when I looked at it, I was just like, I wonder how long this. You know what? There are some marriages that you see that are like, oh, I can see that. I can see how they work together. And then there are other marriages where you're like, well, I got 6 years and then they done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, oh, just because it's like, y'all got together. So who was the drunker that night? I mean, did nobody turn the light on? What the fuck is wrong with you? And that's just my opinion on that.
Nick got it. He got a lot more too.
Yeah, you got a lot of kids. Props to Nick. It wasn't a diss. It was just
You gave me hope.
I never looked at you for hope, bro.
I'm just talking about my age because I thought Mariah Carey was so
Nah,
fine.
I'm good. I'm good. Oh, she fine. I never said she
But
was though. It was just when I looked at that, I was just like,
It wasn't
really?
balanced.
It just didn't. I don't know. I mean, and then that's one of those. Well, who cares what you think? You're right. Who the fuck cares what I think? That's why it's called my opinion. So
Right.
I get it. You're like, well, whatever. I was just saying when I first saw it, looked at it, I was like, that shit kind of odd to me, bro. That's all. I just didn't see that. I didn't. You look at shit and you're like, well, I don't see him and her together. Nah, she's going shopping all the time, and this nigga over here is still trying to scrounge up goddamn lunch money. I didn't get it. It just wasn't. And it's just because you was young, not because you was broke, Nick. I hope you don't hear this and get sensitive.
No, it definitely. I think we made that clear. It was the age thing.
Yeah, it's just the age thing, bro.
Number 7,
Go ahead.
Prince.
Of course. You know what? I give him number 7.
Right.
I'll give Prince
there's
number 7.
there's 2 more artists up on here that's gonna come down long. I ain't got much to say on Prince. It makes sense. Prince.
Prince
That
and the
dude was a sexual being.
Ooh, man.
So the whole thing with
That
R&B,
nigga
what I think
walking
of it.
behind him, that nigga just left a trail of condoms just to let you know.
He only
Hey, you
do-
got to be, you
and
got to
he's-
be safe when you do this shit, man.
And he's like one of the only dudes that like we look at like that dude's cool. Cause I mean he got it as many men as he probably did women too, but he's like,
Yeah, I mean,
hey man, you still cool.
he
though.
was, you know what? Prince was that dude that I was like, yo, that shit would always look good on him, but I never thought about trying to bite his style.
Absolutely not. That was
Not at all.
that was Prince.
But that was
it
him,
is.
and I let him have it, and you know what? I ain't mad because
What was the name of the revolution? What is that called?
yeah, that was the rip. I don't know, man.
Those are the people who are allowed to.
Oh,
And
they
then-
were to emulate him?
Yeah.
Yes. If you were the guitarist or the drummer or you were somebody on singing in the back, if you wanted to take some of his style,
Right.
yes, I would not have a problem with that. If we go outside of that,
and it's right. Got you. Yeah. All the way side eye.
there ain't no cameras over here, man. You can take that blouse off, bro. What's wrong with you, man?
Right, yeah.
But that's just,
Tone
go
that
ahead. Yeah.
Number 6, James Brown.
Nah.
James Brown makes sense. Yeah. He makes sense.
He makes sense. I've never thought or have heard of because I've never dove into his legacy or his music, but I've never heard a soft, sensual, love-making song that he would make. He might have.
You got to be on Molly
He
these
has-
days to do.
He
get
has a
that
lot
to
of
his song.
influence on music, period. And I
Right.
get all of that, but I'm just saying, I could not think of a song where, because like I can think of Marvin Gaye's song.
Absolutely.
I can hear it
His
like,
songs are
in my
sensual.
head, you know what I'm saying? But if he's on there for a reason, because it is R&B, it is not pop. It isn't pop. So yeah, okay, James, I give it to you. Now we in the top. They was number 6 or 5.
That was number 6.
Ooh, now we in the top 5.
Top 5.
All right.
Number 5, Whitney Houston.
Ooh.
Now, I did talk to somebody else about this list before we had it, and I really had a problem with this. But then they went along with it. Whitney Houston, and I think this list could be broken up into subcategories.
I think we
Whitney
should-
Houston to me, I don't care what nobody else thinks, is the greatest singer ever. That is the greatest singer ever to FO. That's
To touch the mic. Boom.
greatest singer.
Okay.
So R&B, she might be different places when it comes to because we're both judging this stuff off of what we think
I
of
think
R&B.
there should be a female and male, because I think that Whitney is probably, like you said, but I would have, so that's why I would have female and male.
Right.
I would have their own, because I wouldn't want the male and female to be, I would have their own separate.
Because there's certain things that men can do as far as R&B
and how
that
they
women.
sound and how
Right.
they, because it is different. So I would want to differentiate the male and female into that. So if you were to tell me that Whitney was that was the number 1 for you, I would not have a problem.
None whatsoever.
None. What she is phenomenal.
is-
Her songs were so awesome.
Absolutely.
dude.
Greatest singer ever.
Man.
Now,
And there
what-
better not be another female that you're gonna tell me above her.
that's
Oh, there can't be. And
how many episodes are we in? We 4 episodes in, well, that we already right here, because this is where I had the problem. It was
This is the
cool at
second
first. It was cool, Swellz. It was cool. Everything was fine, right?
And,
And then
you're gonna tell me
Because like I'm saying, if you have her here because of R&B standards, is however they judge it, but blah blah blah, not because of how great of a singer is.
there
Got
better
you.
not be.
Who you think they got, bro? Because you just said, what was the last word you just said? That bet not what?
It better not be another.
There you go. That bet not
better
what?
not be.
There-
Bet not be another female
You know
above.
what? Beyonce.
Is above Whitney.
She's above Whitney. And this is what I'm gonna say on that. This is what I'm gonna say on this with the whole Beyonce thing, because Beyonce, now we have we have Usher in there, and I think what I say, Chris Brown was number 25, which that is way too low for
I think
Chris Brown.
should have been.
Because Chris Brown is gonna be, it's because Chris Brown is in this list where I think that he probably didn't get a proper R&B shake, which Chris Brown makes some songs
Play
to make
and they drop.
right.
Right.
penny dissolvers, not droppers.
Yeah, Cotton just don't even be there. Don't turn right in the ball.
But like I said, Chris Brown, he's like,
Okay.
he's this
You know
generation's
what?
Michael
Okay,
Jackson.
okay. Now, you know what? Listening, when they went to the top, this is the top 3 now. We're at the top 3.
Beyonce's 4, yeah.
Beyonce's 4. So we're getting close to the top 3. Is it, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that B ain't got some baby making songs. I will be the first to tell you, because my wife is the hugest, you know what I'm saying, Beyonce fan. So I listen to all her music, and she has some baby making music. And I think that if it was switched, I wouldn't have a problem. I think that they're going off of, I think there are other factors that come into this when they do these Billboard top 10 lists. I think other factors as far as like album sales. I mean, of course she's going to sell more. There's more people that are buying albums now than there was when Whitney was out. You know, I mean, so sometimes the criteria of this, because are they going off of #1 hits? Are they, it's almost like this one has me just I'm not upset that if there is one, because Beyonce is phenomenal, dude.
Can't take it away from her.
Her shit is like, cause I've never been to a Whitney concert, but I've been to 3 Beyonce concerts. One of them she was with Jay, the running, whatever.
Yeah, on the run.
On the run, yeah. And and the only, you know what I'm saying, because my wife wanted, the first one she did in Nashville, she was with DJ Khaled, dope, you know what I'm saying? And it was just her. And there was another one, I forget, just because I went to all 3 and it was like, yeah, we're going to go see Beyonce again. I was there just more or less like just for, I felt like a bodyguard time. But I mean, yeah, of course I know some of the songs because you hear them over and over and over and over again. But I'm not, I wish it was the other way around. I do really do.
I think that the highest, in any type of way, the highest female should be
Whitney. I think Whitney was so.
Now, what I will say, just like a Chris Brown or Usher or a Prince and Beyonce, as far as entertainer-wise, putting on a show.
Beyonce is dope when it comes to putting on a show.
I think Beyonce is the top female.
Holy shit.
Top female.
Bruh, she danced in water.
Top female of entertain, like, you know, Whitney ain't up there dancing.
No.
She's not up there dancing.
No, she
gonna go, but that's a testament to her singing.
Yeah.
She ain't got to move. No, she be right here. She be right here.
Yep.
Right here.
And she may take 1 or 2 steps, and that is maybe just to get, just to be comfortable.
Right.
You know how you break, you know, if you stand still, shake it up, come back to that. Come right back to that spot and blow your fucking head off. And Beyonce all over the, bro, she made me tired, because when I went to her very first concert, bro, she didn't stop dancing for like 2 hours, man.
Right.
I'm thinking, bro, I sat down. She was still there. I sat down. I don't care, man.
And my wife doing that while singing.
Oh my God! And be on point the entire time. I was like, yo, and you know, my wife she is. Word for word, whatever she's singing, my wife is singing. I can get that, because when Jay was up there that one time we went to that concert, every rap he did, I was right there with him. Like, absolutely, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, she is brush. You
straight up entertainer.
You gonna get your change out of that. I don't care what
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the fact that I can go and be like, well, I went to more than one, so I know that she didn't shortchange us not one.
Absolutely.
One concert. Even when she was up there with Jay was like, God damn, I know he was like, look, I'm not gonna be out here doing all that. I'm gonna rap in my circles.
Right.
I'm gonna give you 17 steps that way. 7 back this way. I know where the door is because I know how to count, and I'm good with numbers. He's not doing all, and she's just all over the place. But she is number 4.
She is number 4.
Okay, we got the top 3.
Top 3.
All right, here we go.
Number 3, Michael Jackson.
Who do they have?
See?
Who do they have? Who do they have above him? Are you serious? Michael is 3?
Now, this is the thing about it. I wouldn't have had Michael Jackson at 3 or 2 or 1.
You wouldn't have had him on the list, or he would have been...
This is the fact that, yes, Michael Jackson has to make an appearance now because we've gone from 15 to 4 and haven't said Michael Jackson. But when I say R&B and the way I think of R&B,
I've never played Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is to me
Pop.
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 It's literally one of his nicknames. The king of pop. He's Pop. Pop, yes, you're gonna have, because that's Pop is a baby of, it's one of R&B's children.
It's an arm or
right.
Okay.
But when I think it's just R&B, like R. Kelly is literally R&B. Like that man is R&B through and through. So I don't think nobody should be over him.
No.
Michael Jackson has to be there. Now, when we talk about entertainer, you probably right there in a row, you had the greatest female entertainer in R&B, and then you got the greatest male entertainer.
And you got two people above him?
You got two people above him. Above Michael Jackson.
Above, okay.
You will not even guess who they are.
You're right.
Plus, you have no context because you don't know who the other 60 people that happened before the 15 either. So, all right. So Michael Jackson, number 3. Because of the way other things fell, and because of these other tutors, I have a problem with that. Because R. Kelly's still at number 9. That still bothers me.
Who is number 2?
Oh, that wasn't the last female.
There's 2 females. Now, is this an old female?
It is.
Okay. Then if it's an old female, all right. Are we talking about either is this Patty or is this Aretha?
There you go.
Okay.
Aretha Franklin.
I knew it was a okay. Now I'm not even upset.
Why didn't we see Patty though? She had to be 20. She had to be somewhere, in the 20 then. Because we started 15.
We started 15.
We got Aretha. She shouldn't be that far away from Patty.
No, she
shouldn't be that far away.
No.
But yeah, it's Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
I'm just not cool with it because of what happened previous on the list.
Yeah, it should have been Aretha Whitney B. And I'm not, and people who want to, Beyonce, hey, look, your Beyonce fans, the honeybee, you don't need to come after us. What are they called? The
Beehive.
The Beehive.
Yo, I was talking about her like when I used to read that, I used to always say Beehive because I see the B-E-Y, and I never pronounce B-E-Y as B.
We don't need the Beehive coming in. We don't.
Please don't. We have no problem.
I don't have no problem with Beyonce being number 3. If people and the editor of the Billboard said she's number 3, so be it. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to get stung. Aretha is number 2. So who's number 3 again? Oh, Mike. Mike is number 3. Aretha's number 2. And number 1 is
Stevie Wonder. He belongs in the top 15. He belongs amongst those names that we said.
Hell, you know what? I like Barry White's songs more than I like Stevie's songs when they come to love making, and that's just me.
Absolutely. Barry White, yeah, Barry White.
Barry was
because I think that's just me.
He could yell at you in that tone, and you'll just be like, yes, sir. Do this, man.
It's that buttery bass.
Yeah, and Stevie was good. I'm not saying Steve. I would have. Oh wow, that is okay, editors. I never played Stevie
But that's my definition of way.
I would want to know the age of the people that did it.
Let's look it up.
Let's look it up. Because.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what we use. Let's see. It said staff reload. They don't really give me much. It says staff discussions on how to go about determining entries and rankings were, to say the least, heated. Helping to fuel these illuminating and sometimes raucous discourses were generational debates over old school versus new school. At the same time, more debates were also ranging on the social media front. On fans weighed in on which R&B artists like Jackson, Chris Brown, Luther Vandross, R. Kelly, and Usher. Luther Vandross, another one that went in 15. And Usher truly deserved to have the Emerson Carmen.
In the top. He wasn't.
He wasn't.
Wow.
But in the end, they agreed on the following criteria: vocal prowess, body of work, career longevity, industry achievements, game-changing influence, and enduring generational/cultural impact. So that was their.
How do they judge it? Who are they? You have to go out to see how that would affect whatever, man. You can't. I mean, that's great. That's a nice little list of saying what they used, but they're not saying that
It's a lot of
so many
subjective.
Yeah, it's all subjective.
things.
You know what's so funny is, you know what? That's what makes sports so much better than cooking shows, than all. If you don't have numbers, like numbers are definitive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you score 2 points, I scored 2 points, but at the end of the game, you got 102 and I got 2 because we only could play for 48 minutes. You won the game.
You know, most things happen. Most of those with the sports thing is always era debates, because that's what I'm saying, because Michael Jordan never played LeBron.
No,
but you're not going to say, who did you say? Who was people saying such and such is better than LeBron, or who was LeBron neck and neck with ever in the NBA?
So was Jordan.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, there was a current player. You know,
current player.
Kobe Bryant, that 1 year that was on that they was supposed to meet up, but then Cleveland got knocked out. Who was it, by Magic, I think, or somebody?
No, it was no, it was the Magic.
It was Magic that knocked him out. Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
right?
Dwight Howard. Yep.
But they was supposed. But other than that, like, you didn't compare LeBron James to other current NBA players, like, during this time. You only compared him to
the one who already.
So you're going across eras and stuff like that. So that's what sports really does. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, if me and you are saying who are two current
Kevin
basketball,
Durant, Steph Curry.
if we're doing that, then we're like, but KD got this, Curry got this, and we over here like, this what I got, this what I got. Okay, this is better than what you got. And
right.
Then our argument could, for the most part, be over with.
Right.
But a lot of times with sports is because you're doing cross eras.
Yeah.
And that's what's the debate, because you're never going to.
But see, what I'm saying is that it's easier at the end of the game.
Right.
Like when they do a cooking show. If your taste buds ain't like somebody else's taste buds, and this person had cooked this in 30 minutes and everybody had, 30 minutes and that's all you get, and now this is the meal that and you're like, well, I don't like a really seasoned food. I like mine a little bit not as fiery. I don't like mine heavy on the garlic. You may like it heavy on the garlic. And the person who made it. So to me, when it comes to the cooking shows, that's more personal. That's more. So it's like, this dude could have cooked you the dopest meal ever, but since you don't like certain things, see, in sports, it's like, it doesn't matter if you like them or not. Did you have more points than him?
Exactly.
Because y'all have the same amount of time to score as many points as you can, but you're cooking, so you made the grits this way and you made them that way and they were a little bit lumpy, but then you find out that it was cheese and theirs didn't have no. Just to me, that's why when I look at certain things, it's like, that's why I go back to sports, because it's not, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't.
Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie.
But then there's people who interject, and that thing
then
still has layers to it. They like a level of competition and all
like,
the other
okay,
stuff.
whatever.
That's why it's easier.
Then you got people who do cheat and shave numbers. I'm not saying none of that, but what I'm saying
straight up, when you just straight up this and
when
this,
it comes to
you got all
opinionated things, I really find that hard to be what your opinion is. Like, my son used to dance, you know what I'm saying? What is the word? Competitively. Like, you know what I'm saying? They would do certain dances, but then it would be like, well, if the judge is heavy on this dance, they really liked it. But if this judge didn't like it as much because he likes this style of dance better, they're not going to award him the point. So it was like.
That's why I never liked that stuff, because think about that.
Why?
Even that day, they could have gave him, I don't know what the score, how it was structured, but they could have gave him, let's say, a 10.
Right,
okay?
right.
They gave him a 9.6 on Monday. But that same thing could have happened. That was a Monday. But on a Wednesday, depending on how they felt, depending if their wife gave them some or whoever, they could have got an 8 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I pull up behind that big arc, shoot that shot, the ball go through the net, that's 3.
2 points. Behind the arc, yeah.
That's 3. If I catch the ball or I run the football past that goal line,
touchdown.
That's 6. That's 6 points.
That's 6 points.
It's not the ref like.
Well, you weren't as clean.
Right.
When you caught it, you did fumble it. I mean, you did catch it at the
Right.
end. But the fumble, I'm going to
fine.
take away
Right.
a point just because it wasn't as like, now look, now what if you ran and they were like, you just ran it. We're only going to give you 4 points.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like
It's just,
some of them. It's like, so you don't, I'm not big on the, it's too heavy on the garlic. Shut the fuck up. He made it with it. And then I bet you if you'd have been like, oh, because there's sometimes that somebody would make something and it's like, yo, this shit is good. And then you get it and you're like, it's all right.
Right.
It's all right, you know. I mean, and so that's why I don't like some of the if it doesn't have points. Hockey has points. I could watch hockey before I could watch, you know what I'm saying, a lot of other things because bro, that is fast, hard.
I would
you want
never
skates.
do that.
I didn't say play. I said watch.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
because
I would never do that.
No, I could. My big ass could not even get on those skates, roller skates, let alone ice.
Right.
No, you ain't finna put 4 wheels under this
Don't
foot
bust
and then another 4 on this foot.
Right.
And then but in hockey you got a blade. Oh no, bro, we're not playing this, man. You know, I had to have been born a polar bear in order for me to even try to think about playing hockey. You know what I'm saying? I had to have been something like, you know, I had to Canadian.
Right.
I had to have I had to have been something like Canadian, man.
Right. Number 51.
All right, now. Yep, it is.
Number
Yep.
51.
Number 51.
Well, man, you got anything else for this
man,
one?
I'm good.
Well, hey, we
That
went
was
through
all
the
right.
top 15 of the top 75 top R&B artists of all time, according to Billboard.
According to, it's
I'm not just going to say it as it's fact.
Yeah,
according to Billboard.
You know
all right?
what? Because we'll have our own opinion, and I promise you it wasn't that.
Well, we had to be a lot more jumping up, and we don't know who was that because we even Luther Vandross, Barry White, Patti LaBelle, none of them was up in there.
on there. They weren't on the
Right.
top 15, so it's like they might be on the bottom, but
They in there.
they gotta be.
They gotta be within 30.
Be.
If they outside of 30, then
Ooh, billboards, y'all
Right.
fucking up.
right. But until next time, we'll see y'all. Tune in for another episode of F on Swellz Conquer the Universe. Till next time, peace.
Holla.